Good day, wrestling fans. You're listening to John Hoppy and William Hoppy here on the Wrestling Fans Insight presented by the fans of pro wrestling. William, how are you?
Tired. How are you?
Oh, Lord. Every week, tired.
Dude, come do my job and you'll understand.
Oh, come do my job. I'll
God.
make you go
So,
psycho.
yeah, okay. You go ahead and you move 100 metric freaking tons by hand a week.
I babysit 30 people.
I babysit 40.
Oh. Anyways, enough of our bickering. Other than tired, how are you?
I think I'm doing okay. I think we're getting the medications figured out, the gout issue, all that. So just kind of trying to figure everything out. Daily life.
Awesome. Yeah, for me, just a little bit of bummer week to start off 2025. Lost our family pet, Rusty, 16 years old.
That sucks, man. I mean, I like the little bugger. He loved to bite me, but that was about it.
Well, he loved to bite all of us, but 16 years is a long life for most kitties, and
I don't think we expected that out of him.
no, and not when we first got him. We were surprised we were going to keep him around, but he kind of kicked out at the 2.99 mark and
He ended up
got
being
healthy.
He ended up being a peaceful kitty.
Yep, he did. And thank you to everybody who sent their prayers and condolences to Sarah and I. It was definitely really appreciated it. But
Fur baby's a hard loss.
yeah, well, any pet, regardless of how you look at them, pets are always family. It's just it was just a rough start, but I'm glad he went now instead of when we're going to be gone here in a couple of weeks. So, and that will be one of our topics a little bit later in today's show. Yeah,
couldn't come sooner for me.
Yeah, it couldn't come sooner for any of us, honestly. Even though it's been a year, the next one is actually another year and a half out. Actually longer, so
yeah, I wish I could afford that one.
But, yeah, same here, but unfortunately life gets in the way.
Yep.
But anyways, today's show we're going to be covering mostly the streaming. As many of you noticed, obviously both WWE and AEW have gone a little more deeper into the streaming routes. Raw with Netflix and AEW with both their Dynamite and Collision shows. Also in the later half, which will probably be the meat and potatoes because there's so much to cover on it, we're actually going to get a little more into the Chris Jericho Cruise, Rager at Sea, 6 on the Beach, which both William and I are also going to be attending that one. So that's going to be a fairly fun event. But without any further ado, William, should we just go ahead and get to the real quick part here?
Fire it off.
So we are actually going to cover the streaming services. Again, as mentioned earlier, WWE RAW has managed to go exclusively with Netflix. AEW Dynamite and Collision are simulcasting both from TBS, TNT, whichever one is on which night, but also streaming on Max. And AEW, in a way, beat WWE to it. I really thought AEW hit a home run with the way they've been streaming with Max. To be honest, I think the screen production has been a lot better on Max than watching it on the 2 cable channels. Your thoughts?
I've just been watching it on the regular TV, so I can't.
Oh, I thought you were watching it on Max. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't seen it on Max.
Oh,
like I said, I've been slammed at work.
Okay, well, since we're talking about it, the biggest thing I really like is it's in 4K for me, so I really love that resolution. But the one thing that kind of makes me laugh because this was the biggest complaint from the IWC, believe it or not.
Oh, great.
They complain.
More.
They complain. They go, oh, there's no picture in picture during commercial break. I'm
Oh,
like,
you little crybabies.
I'm
What?
like,
It's live.
well, one, it's live, but two, don't most people use commercial breaks to go grab their snack, drink, or
I don't know.
hit
I
the
just fast
restroom?
forward down through the damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, it just really not bothers me, but gets me when people sit there and go, "Oh, I gotta find this one little thing to complain about." It's like,
Get over it.
holy hell! If it bugs you that bad that you didn't get the picture in picture during commercial break, go back and watch it on TBS or TNT and get rid of your streaming service. Otherwise, quit the bitching. Other than that, I think AEW did a really great job getting this deal with Max. I don't know how the pay-per-view scene is going to look yet. I've been hearing a couple of things that they may offer the pay-per-views for a extra charge on Max.
I hope it's the same as the Peacock deal, really.
I don't think it's going to end up being that way. I think you end up paying a little more. And sorry for not having that knowledge firsthand, folks. I do know that is, if it's not already in the works, it will be here in the future. I do like the fact, though, they've got the first year of AEW on there as well as the pay-per-views. But on the flip side, why don't we talk a little bit about the Raw on Netflix? First off, I will say, if any of you bothered to listen to Carlos's X Space on his Raw reactions on the X app there, Carlos made a really fine point to say, this was WWE's way of maybe finding out what they could get away with and what they can't. And I will say this, as somebody who watches the WWE product quite a bit, I think they really did a great job with the cinema, the storytelling, and the matches that they actually had were actually well done. Here's my only beef, though. And you know where I'm going to go.
Just throw it out there, dude.
Okay, if you got a 3-hour program and you're only doing 4 matches, that's not a good sign.
I was so pissed off in the first hour.
I mean, and I get it, for a lot of the WWE only type fans, this was fine. But if you're going to want the pro wrestling casuals to come back, you need to get some pro wrestling on there.
I can't even believe the reaction to Hulk. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I get there's controversy going on, but stop hating.
Well, I don't know if... Well, let's kind of talk a little bit about that. I will say, for the most part, I don't think Hulk Hogan was booed for his politics. He was more booed for
other scandalous things.
Well, yeah, I mean, to pretty much what it comes down to is the sex tape that was released of him making a lot of racial remarks. And
yeah, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that were booing him that are probably guilty of the same shit, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm not gonna...
There's no telling what's going on.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to defend Hogan. I'm not also going to support him. I mean, let the fan base make the decision for them. They paid their money. They get to choose who they boo, who they cheer. I'm not exactly a Hogan fan myself. And honestly, when I saw that Hulk Hogan was coming out, I looked at Sarah and I'm like, oh, that was the worst mistake WWE could make right now.
I'll be the first person to tell you I couldn't stand Hogan from the get-go.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is. I mean, Hogan will always be an iconic figure in the wrestling business for what he's opened the doors to.
The only way to overthrow that is to overthrow the title reign he had.
No, I don't think so much that. I mean, they tried that with his Hall of Fame status and brought him back to the Hall of Fame after they took him out. It's like, okay, make up your minds. Either keep him in or keep him out, but don't don't sit here and play the twofold game with it, because that never works. But yeah, I mean, however you feel, it is what it is. I just think WWE made a mistake letting him come out, especially based off his history. Not so much his politics, but his history. So,
I think I would have rather seen Brad Williams.
we'll see that happen here shortly. That was a bad pun. I didn't. That kind of came out bad. that was really not intended.
I'm telling him when we see him.
Yeah, that's okay. I made fun of him for wearing a Montreal Expos hat.
Oh God!
So that, I think that was on Triple Whammy, if I remember right. Anyways, no, I think for the most part, my only gripe again was if
it just didn't.
Just going.
It didn't fill out the space like it should have.
No, going forward, don't make this one big commercial deal. Get some wrestling in there. Get something that the fans. If you really want the true casual wrestling fans, get some wrestling on there. Tell your stories. You can still do that. You can still have a good balance of storytelling. Just please give us that little bit more, just like what AEW does. However, on the flip side, I will say AEW does a good job with getting wrestling matches on there. And sorry, folks, my throat got dry. The one thing I will say is I do think that AEW could do a little bit better with not trying to rush so many matches onto their cards and do a little bit more storytelling as well.
Not much, but
they can do a little bit more on that.
I appreciate their dedication to getting matches into the scene.
Yes, and that's always a plus for me. I will say that. However, do you have any more thoughts on the Raw being on Netflix debut?
Stop popping the freaking corks.
Yes. No more historic celebrations.
I haven't checked to see if you can go and do the playback. I meant to check that out, but I fell asleep this morning, so I'm going to wait.
No. Are you talking about just watching it for editing purposes, or
watching it because I work swing shift, man?
Oh,
I don't get to see things live. I get home and it's midnight.
The one thing I will say, with the live, it was a bit uncensored, which is awesome.
I don't mind that.
The one thing that I think the biggest gripe was they did do a lot of editing and censoring on the playback, which
really,
yeah, to me.
So it's a good thing that Dwayne apologized.
Yeah, in some ways, but here's my thing: if you're gonna let it go live, let it just go through the video on demand. Or another thing I could think of is maybe what Netflix needs to do is offer a little more a censored version and an uncensored version.
That might work. But I mean, can we not be adults?
Yeah, you're a streaming service. Greg from the X. Hey, how you doing, Greg? Thank you for coming in and joining us. Appreciate your support. But anyhow, I don't have any more to cover on this. I think I kind of beat the general purpose on the head.
I look forward to seeing what they have in the future, and hopefully they can get it in gear.
And I think they will. I mean, in come due time, like Carlos mentioned in his Monday space, I think this was just kind of a test to see what was going to be allowed and what they need to really work on or improve. And WWE's got enough people smart enough in that model to.
Let's be real. I've seen some pretty messed up crap on Netflix, so WWE is not going to hurt me.
Yeah, I won't go there either. Thank you, Samuel Lyon, for joining us on the X app. We appreciate you as well. But why don't we get into the real meat and potato of what our show's about? And this is something that Carlos will always give me shit about for saying that this is our flex. And
screw everybody. We're going.
Well, be careful because I haven't got to the fun part.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, come January 31st, we are setting sail. William, myself, and a few others. My wife also has some other wrestling friends locally here coming with us. We are booked for Chris Jericho's Rockin' Wrestling Rager at Sea, 6 on the beach. Every cruise, Jericho has a nice theme that involves with the number on the cruise. Last year was 5 Alive. Previous, I believe it was 4-leaf clover. But anyways,
The lineup looks really good.
oh yeah, and that's the fun part here. If you guys haven't ever been on a Chris Jericho Rockin' Wrestling Rager cruise, you're missing out. It's definitely well worth the money. And I will say this: the first cruise I attended was the part due, and for many who remember Victoria from WWE, former women's champion, she was on the part two. And when we had a conversation with her, one of the things we got talked about was comparing the cruise to WrestleMania week. And she says you definitely get your money's worth going on these cruises because the problem with WrestleMania access, she says, it is always so crowded and hard to get to everything. Where if you were on this cruise,
We're on a ship. We're secluded.
well, you're secluded, but you're able to get to everything, and it's not as many people to deal with getting around either. Not that you're able to still do every single thing you want.
No.
But let me tell you the fun things about these cruises.
We got a freaking casino on the ship.
Got a casino on the ship, yes. That's always a plus. Actually, some of the best things I've always enjoyed on these Chris Jericho cruises is one, you get two different days scheduled with select times to take photo ops with special guests or the legends, as they call them. Another thing is you also get 2 sessions where you get to have photo ops with select talent there as well, which usually it's 4 per day. And that one sometimes is even hard to get to all of them. I've managed to do it a couple of times where I got all 4 both days, but it is very tough as they're kind of getting a little more limited on time so that wrestling fans can enjoy everything.
I'm too cheap.
Well, it's nothing to do with money. It's just if you have the time to join on there. Another thing that's also awesome is they do have a couple of days where it's 2 different autograph sessions. You get a group of wrestlers on one day and a group of wrestlers on the other day. And yeah, even though you're not able to get to all of them, if you get to the ones that you really want to get an autograph from, you get the really great experience to talk with them real quick, and they spend the little moments to, engage with you. So there's a lot of special things that go on that ship. Not to mention, there's also comedy. We get concerts. We get a day at the beach, and this year we're actually going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
What did you call that?
Puerto Plata, right there.
Puerto Plata.
Yep, right there. Dominican Republic, right there on the screen.
Plata.
Oh, fuck it. I'm sure I probably pissed off a few locals there, but oh well. This is actually my first time in the DR. I don't think you've ever been out of the country, have you?
I have not. Full discretion, I was a felon, so I couldn't go anywhere. I cleaned my life up. It took about 10 years of me rebuilding, but I finally got it taken care of last year, and I'm crime free.
Nice.
I can go anywhere but Canada.
What?
Canada's really strict.
Jesus Christ.
Canada's super strict.
Oh boy. All right. Well, blame Canada.
I have no opinion with Canada. They're whatever.
All right.
I've met good ones. I've met ones that hate us. It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, yeah. So we have a lot of fun going on these cruises.
I'm hoping to have fun.
You know, it's very, it's very time consuming every day.
I'll see how my sea legs do. I've only ever been 50 miles off coast.
Yeah. I mean, it's jam packed. I think Sarah and we usually get to our room about anywhere from midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Dude, did you see where my room's at?
I'm
right next to the freaking stairs.
That's even better. We're usually right by the elevators. So, but yeah, daily, Sarah and I are usually getting to bed anywhere from midnight to 1 a.m. And already the first event starts anywhere from 7 to 8 a.m. So
you should probably tell the fans that might be interested the same things that you've told me. Seems how it's my first time, like leave your room open and all that.
well, yeah, every day they usually give you some kind of surprise gift. And usually, if you leave your rooms unlocked,
Hopefully it's
Or-
not. Hopefully it's not an Amber Heard gift, but
no, good Lord, you really have to take it there today.
I did.
Good God Almighty. Anyhow, yeah, my brother's really on one today. Now I kind of forgot where I was going. Oh, yeah, as long as you don't put a do not disturb on your door, usually we'll have a gift sitting there on your bed after they've made it. So that's just kind of a wise tip for everyone who attends the cruise. And by the way, the cruise is not completely sold out yet.
It is not. There's like what 10% left.
Yes. So if you're really itching to go take a cruise,
Do it.
you're a wrestling fan, rock music fan,
Take the chance. Do it.
love comedies, and getting out of the country,
Do it.
go to chrisjerichocruise.com.
You got to try it at least once.
Yeah. Get yourself booked. Rooms are actually
They should be at a discount.
I believe they are at a discount right now. And by the way, the drink packages, whether you're drinking soda or get the alcohol package, it's pretty discounted right now too.
Buy the alcohol package. It covers everything.
Yes. If this is the cheapest I've seen the alcohol package ever, it's at 40% off.
Yep.
So yeah, get your butts on there. Go get it, wrestling fans. Even if you're not a wrestling fan but enjoy concerts, comedy, get on there.
You can also contact us.
Yep.
When we're out there.
Yep. We'll be out there too. So feel free to get in our DMs and give us a shout. And if you're actually going on the cruise now, feel free to find us on the ship too.
Yeah.
William and I will be there. We'll be around.
We're talkative, kind of.
Well, I'm sometimes shy, but sometimes I will talk, as depending how much alcohol I've had.
You're more of a talker than I am.
William, not so much, but William will talk to you. I promise.
Yeah.
He doesn't bite.
No,
hard.
I seem like I'm mad, but I'm really not. I'm just tired.
But anyways, why don't we go ahead and get into the lineup?
Let's do it. It's a really great little lineup.
Well, why don't we start off with the bands here? This is going to be the fun one. Fozzy. Oh, who would have guessed that one? But also Chris Jericho's other band, Quarantine. Both bands will be on there.
What, he has two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe he also has one more, if I remember right, but I got to go back in my history check here. But also the other bands on this ship, Great White.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, wait, they're alive?
Yep. The Hot Damn. Here's one that many wrestling fans, especially Cody fans, will know. Downstate.
Yes.
Guardians of the Jukebox.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, me either. But I'll be interested to see.
Are they like a cover band or are they a band?
Not sure. We'll find out.
Okay.
Excitable. Red Hot Tribute.
Is that like Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No, I hope not. No, actually, I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
So do I.
Just I don't think they're the right type of band for this cruise. Why don't we keep going? Little Miss Nasty.
What the?
That's what it says.
Oh my goodness! I didn't see that.
That's Dave Spivak project. We Are Wasted. And this was actually just added not within the last week.
We were wasted. That's going to be you and Sarah on that freaking journey.
Probably. Yeah, forgot to mention that part. And also, last but not least, they were just recently added, the Nocturnal Affair. They are going to make it on there. As William mentioned, is me and Sarah going to be wasted. There's got to be, when you go out to your day on the island, there's many excursions to choose from. And
I took the shopping package so I can get souvenirs, but they decided they're going to get drunk.
Yep.
And go hiking.
That's right. Got to work off that alcohol somehow. Why don't we get into the comedians? The director of Laugh, of course, will be Brad Williams. He's been on the Chris Jericho Cruise since Triple Whammy.
I just want to see him do Fun Size again.
Oh, he will. He will. He puts on a lot of good shows and does an awesome job with the cruise.
I want to take him home.
God damn it. He just kicked off the ship before we know it. Also, fellow comedians Anya Zova, Jay Washington, and RJ City. RJ City was a real hit last year on the Five Alive. Five Alive.
So is it going to be 7 in Heaven next year?
I'm not sure what the theme is. They'll announce it on the ship.
All right.
I'm actually looking forward to going on number 8, if there is going to be a number 8. I can't imagine why there wouldn't be. For the guest cruise director, Ash by Elegance.
I was surprised.
Those who don't know who she is, formerly known as Dana Brooke from the WWE.
Hell yeah.
Guest host, Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, that one I was also really surprised.
Another former WWE known by as Dolph Ziggler. The ship's magician, which I think this one kind of took me by surprise, Nigel McGuinness.
I was confused.
Why is that?
I just didn't see that coming.
Oh.
That's Nigel. Like, mostly he just bitches, but he's a really good wrestler.
Oh yeah, Nigel's always been a good wrestler. If you followed him, you probably not so much, but
I didn't until he actually got back in the ring, and then I was like, "Holy!"
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely go look up a lot of his old time matches. There had some really good ones, especially with Bryan Danielson in Ring of Honor.
He is a killer wrestler.
Oh yeah. So the official bartender, of course, Red Cup Jeff. He's been the official bartender since the inception.
Solo Jeff?
No.
That's what a Red Cup is a solo.
Well, I think there's trademark problems there. The guests of honor, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and Jushin Thunder Liger.
I'm kind of sad about the cancellations of who was originally scheduled.
Yeah, for those who saw the original lineup, Jerry the King Lawler, due to health issues, unfortunately will not be making it, and they did not intend to fulfill his spot. So unfortunately, that's one of the 3 guys that, if you paid for pictures, is no longer going to be attending. The guest of honor, or I went through guest of honor, the goodwill ambassador, of course, Chris Jericho's father, Ted Irvin. Now, here comes the really fun part. Why don't we go to the special guests first? Bull Nakano, blast from the past. The Nasty Boys, Jerry Sags, Brian Knobbs. The King of TNA, Frankie Kazarian. Wouldn't be a Chris Jericho Cruise without him. He's been on every one so far. And the current Rock and Wrestling Rager Oceanic champion, Michael Oku, will be defending the championship. His opponent will be determined, I'm sure, with I believe, eliminator matches on the ship like they did last year. Michael Uku captured the championship from Matt Cardona last year.
Yay!
Al Snow will be on the ship.
Oh no.
Head Ernest the Cat Miller, Too Cold Scorpio, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Juventud Guerrera.
That one, I just wow.
Yeah. The real one, formerly known as Enzo Amore, Elijah, Sunny Kiss, the newest AEW signee, Viva Van, Natalia Markova, the Masked Brother, Sonny Ono, there's another blast from the past, Tasha Steeles, the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, Amira Blair, who is involved in the inaugural tournament for the Women's Oceanic Championship, Kid Chocolate Mo Jabari, and Tara, I hope I pronounce her last name right.
You won't.
Tara Zepp. That's one I have to look up because I don't recall that name. But yeah, we got a lot of great special guests. I'm sure many of them are going to be in some matches as well. That's the best part about this cruise too is we also usually get 2 wrestling shows a day, unless we're at the island. We'll only have one on that one, but that one's actually going to be the 3-hour show. So that's going to be pretty cool. And here's the wrestling talent.
Yeah, this list is gonna blow your socks.
And I can't believe I'm going to say his name first because this is definitely the best. Will Ospreay.
Woo!
Tony Storm.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Uh-huh.
MVP.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
And by the way, suck at dirt sheets on the MVP.
Oh, do they have a problem with MVP?
Yeah, the story is supposedly MVP punched Jericho out on part due and gave him a black eye. But the funny part was every day we saw Jericho, there was no swelling or black eye. So that's why I called their bullshit.
Okay, so why be upset about a profession that involves physical harm?
Well, arguments happen, but I love the shit that a lot of these places stir up, especially Ringside News. They were the ones that sat there and was reporting that many of us that were getting ready for triple whammy in a long line. That was the first cruise back after COVID shut down.
Fucking clickbait claims.
Yeah, they were claiming that we were chanting we wanted refunds, which that's funny. I was in that line. No one ever chanted we wanted refunds.
Clickbait kings.
Yeah. That's why I tell people avoid those damn dirt sheets. Make sure you know the truth before you spew it. But anyways, MVP.
Yeah.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Killer. I'm gonna freaking die watching that one.
Yes. Mark Briscoe.
Yes.
Ricochet. Unfortunately, Mariah May was originally scheduled. She had to get out due to obligations.
Yeah, but the replacement. Wow.
Lady Frost.
Yes.
Big Bill. Brian Keith. Bandito.
Yeah.
And here we go. Thunder Rosa. Powerhouse Will Hobbs. The AEW TNT champion Daniel Garcia. And these ones making their return after really killing it last year on 5 Alive. Truth Magnum. And God damn it.
Really?
Yeah. Truth Magnum. The Outrunners.
You farted that one?
Yeah, I did. Sorry. The Outrunners are coming back. MXM. Brian Cage. Sorry, Carlos. Lance Archer. And making her return after 5 Alive, Harley Cameron.
Can't wait to laugh.
The current Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Commander. Nyla Rose. You'll like her. Leo Rush. Action Andretti, the current Women of Honor or Ring of Honor Women's TV champ, Red Velvet, The Righteous, Jay Lethal, Luther, Nick Wayne, Yuka Sakazaki, EJ Naduka, Alex Windsor, Ref Aubrey Edwards will be coming back.
Yay!
I'm sure Mike Posey will be on there as well, as all the fans will tell him to tuck it in because he always likes to. The fans always like to give him shit for his shirt being pulled out. Christopher Daniels.
Yes.
And last but not least, Lexi Nair.
This is probably the most killer lineup I think I've ever seen.
You know, this is pretty well stacked compared to the last couple of years.
Just that much talent on one go.
And of the three of them I've been on, part 2 was my most favorite because that was really stacked. This one, since part 2, I think this is bigger than part 2 right here.
Yeah, that's a lot of talent.
There is. And like I said, on these cruises, there is always so much to do. You never are going to be bored on that ship.
No, if anything, you're going to have to drag me around.
Well, be dragging you and Devin around all over.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is, though, you're not going to dress up like I am.
No, I refuse to. I'm scary enough.
So, Sarah, this is the fun part. Sarah is going to be going as the fabulous Moolah.
Oh, wow.
I am going to return this year with my $1 Million Man
God.
costume, along with the $1 Million Championship. This is going to be a fun one. But I also have our buddies that are coming with us. They're going to have something special, and I'm not going to ruin it. So
I need to talk to Devin's mom. No, really. Remember that shirt I was wearing when they came with us to that, was it Raw or SmackDown?
I want to say that was SmackDown.
Yeah, she really liked that shirt I have, and I found it for sale.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, well, Sarah's got her information, so, and she talks to her quite a bit. So, but yeah, this Chris Jericho Cruise is definitely going to be epic. If you've always thought about trying to get on there, it's not too late.
First of all, one of a lifetime experience. Second of all, you've got to do a cruise at least once in your life. At least once.
Yes. And also, if you have passports or don't have a passport, you might be too late to get it in unless you.
Oh, you ain't getting it this quick.
Yeah.
It takes about 4 months.
You're going to have to do the expedited version and pray it gets there.
Otherwise, the expedited takes 4 months. If you don't do it, it takes 6.
Oh, last time I did expedited, it took 3 weeks, but
wow.
Yeah. But anyhow, no, if you don't have a passport, just make sure you have your birth certificate, driver's license, state ID. Those will still count toward you getting through.
Okay, what he said is get your passport.
Yeah, just get whatever to make sure if you decide to step out and go out on the island of the Dominican Republic
or wherever you're going.
But I have to ask, Will, what are you looking forward most to this cruise?
Not being at work.
Well, that's probably I would hope that would be a given.
My number one dream has always been to meet Chris Jericho, or at least see him in person, and I have never, in all my years, I've never seen Chris.
Really? Not even at a show here in Utah?
No, never.
Interesting.
I saw my number one idol many times, The Undertaker, Mark
Calloway.
Yeah. But I've never seen Chris.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're definitely going to get a chance to see him. I believe you got in just in time for the picture with him. So
I think I did.
Yeah. So, and that's the other best part. If you're usually within the first 400 books,
and you really want to get there, because afterwards the cost of trying to schedule it with him is ridiculous.
Well, I think that's a special session with him, and that's usually
It's the meet and greet session.
Yeah,
It's a little pricey.
that's 2,500. But the one thing I will say that's well worth it, especially if you're a championship collector, is you will get the official Rockin' Wrestling Rager championship belt with that too, and that's really not a disappointment. I just wish I had the extra money to do that, to collect just one of them.
Yeah, damn bills.
Yeah, damn bills, damn real life. But for me, I always look forward to the wrestling on there, but also getting the chance to have the photo op and
I'm
collecting signatures, because as you see in this wrestling room, I've got 3 posters with handful of, like, one is damn near completely covered in signatures, and that's always my goal. But also, if I ever have trading cards of superstars, I'll, Sarah will help me out and try to get their signatures too, so I can put them up here on my wall as well.
I'm really looking forward to pretty much just everything about this. It's going to be different.
Yes, it will.
Normally, we're stacked in a stadium watching live events, shoulder to shoulder. Kind of annoyed, but
You're always annoyed though.
I am. I don't like people generally.
You need a hug.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll end up with a punch.
Not a throat punch, I hope.
Throat, eyes, bridge of the nose. It don't matter.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you definitely need a hug, big guy.
Look, you can't pick on me. I'm agoraphobic. I don't do well in large crowds.
Oh, anyways. Anyhow, we are gonna not be live next week, but we will have a recorded, which will probably air on the video, but also on our platforms. I've actually got a project that's going to be happening next week that I am involved in, and I believe it will be announced soon, but I'm not going to announce it because it's not my reign of glory to get in there. So keep tuned. But William, do you have any shout outs to give?
No. I do not. Just thank you to everybody who tunes in. Like, we really appreciate it.
Yep. And also, for those of you who are enjoying the NFL playoffs right now, awesome. Excuse me. But also, I want to throw some shout outs there. Saged Up Network, always proud to be a part of their group. Sorry. Gosh, man, dry throat's coming. Excuse me, folks. Also, want to say we are Sport Coin certified, as you've seen in the other 2 background images there. Go check their stuff out if you're into the crypto.
Wow.
Gosh.
You okay?
No, this is bad. Sorry. Sorry about that, folks. I had to mute it.
You got to mute both mics if you're going to do that.
No, they're both muted at the same time.
And yet I heard it through the freaking.
Oh, well, yeah, you'll hear it through there, just not on here. Anyways, thank you to SportCoin for certifying us and letting us be a part of your community there. Also, a big thank you to Jim over at Fan of the Van, who always likes to tune in and listen and also retweet our stuff, as well as 2 Dudes Sports News there with Garrett and Jalen. Also, shout out to our homie there, Carlos. If you haven't checked him out by now, go to his X app at C to the LOS 77. He does some wonderful X Space shows there on Mondays and Wednesdays. So, and he also gets a group of friends that give their reactions. If you're looking for something to be open discussion and get your opinions out there, be sure to go join it.
He's the guy to go to for that.
Yeah, he does a killer job with the X Spaces. Also, be sure to go check out our other friend and teammate Brian the Ballard. You can follow him on X at the Brian Adkins. Brian with a Y, by the way. And also check out his YouTube channel at Tap Out Talk. He does some really wonderful presentations, usually, especially after PLE's pay per view events and special events on programming. Also, want to give a big shout out to our brother Ted the Hillbilly Hill, who does Ted's Takes on YouTube. Uh, yes, Ted does a really awesome job with some video shorts. Go check out his channel there. And I believe also we are going to. Actually, no, we're not. Sorry. I thought I had something else. But most of all, thank you again for those of you who tuned in live to our through our YouTube or checking me out here on the X app. You can follow me on X at WFI Pod. William.
At William Hobby 8.
All right. And again, we will not be live, but we will have a recorded airing on Sunday or Saturday night. I'm not sure which yet, but stay tuned.
I'm probably better off doing Saturday night.
Probably. But anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. And as always, take care of each other and yourself.